Discovery Communications. My name is Lance Rougeux, the National Director of the Discovery Educator Network, and we're here today for a very special announcement. So I'm going to turn it over immediately to Craig Halper, our Vice President of Platform Strategy. Craig?
Thanks, Lance. For those of you joining us today out on the web, I'm very excited to have you. We're thrilled to be announcing today, actually, that Discovery Education is going to be released onto a new platform, a platform that many of you are familiar with and excited about. So the first thing that I want everyone who's watching to do, if you have one, is to go ahead and pull out your iPad, because we're thrilled to announce today that we're going to be extending Discovery Education services onto the iPad platform. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Discovery Education Services, we are the premier digital media providers in the education space. We reach about half of U.S. schools, and we're excited to be telling you not only that we're announcing the iPad release today, but also that it's immediately available to all of the schools that we currently service and that have a Discovery Education subscription. So, for those of you who have your iPad out, go ahead and take out a pen or pull up your browser, and you can join us at mobile.discoveryeducation.com, and you can log in with your existing Discovery Education username and password. And what you're going to find when you log in is a site that's really focused on delivering the best content to you and to your students immediately. And you'll get a chance to watch a quick video to walk you through. But what you'll see when you log in is really 3 items on the main page that highlight content. The first is search, the second is a hotbox to highlight new content, and the third is a new visual search which allows you and your students to drill down into our content through our taxonomy and our subject navigation from the main page. Now, when we went about designing this interface, we really started from scratch and said, what should we be delivering to students in particular on this device? What is it about this device that really is interesting and compelling? And we all know that it is a touch-based device, and it's really a device that screams to be played with and really screams to be investigated. And so we went back and we wiped the slate clean, and we put together an interface that is purely touch-based navigation and built from the ground up. And we think that what we've achieved is we've achieved an interface that not only as an interface really is engaging, but also provides very, very quick access to the content for students and for educators in the classroom. Now, one of the things that I do want to note, you'll jump in, you'll search, you'll browse, you'll investigate the content, and you'll see that there's a lot of video content available right now. We're really excited to announce that in addition to the video content that's currently available, we are going to be extending the available content to include all of our other exciting assets, most of our other exciting assets, including photos, audio, encyclopedia articles, and many of our other items. And that's going to be rolling out very, very quickly after this first release. The other thing that I'm really, really excited to talk about is actually the introduction of our Student Center on the iPad, which is something that we're working on and we expect to be out also very shortly on the heels of this first release. And what that means is we're going to be taking the iPad, which a lot of teachers and a lot of students really view as a content consumption device, and we're going to be turning it into a two-way device so that teachers can use Discovery Education's assignments, quizzes, and writing prompts in the classroom on the iPad. And not only will students be able to go out and view those assignments and quizzes and writing prompts, they will be able to respond back to the teacher using their iPad in the classroom. So they'll be able to log on, get great content, and take a look at the things that the teacher has assigned to them, either independently for remediation or if they assign it to their entire class. Those students are going to be able to go on, take their quizzes, respond back to their writing prompts, and really have an interactive experience not only with the content but also with their teacher. So, speaking of teachers, we've got a group of teachers here who have been experiencing Discovery Education on the iPad, and I want to go ahead and turn it back over to Lance Rougeux now, and he's going to talk to a few of them.
Excellent. So we are very lucky to be having our DEN National Science Institute this week. So what better time, what better place than in the Discovery Labs with our lab coats on to have some teachers testing it out and playing with the site on the day of the launch. So let's just go around. Initial thoughts. Renee, how do you see this being used in the classroom? What impact do you think it's going to have on teachers and students?
Well, tremendous impact. I think about the direction that we're going with one-to-one initiatives with students, and we already know how valuable the discovery education media is in the classroom. But now to put that media in every child's hands, it's going to have a great impact on the classroom.
Excellent. We have, the teachers are from all across the country too. So when you guys, when you introduce yourselves, tell us where you're from. We have teachers from California, Alaska, Pennsylvania, all over. So Renee is actually from Maryland.
From Prince George's County, Maryland.
Excellent. Jude, any thoughts? How do you see this being used, the impact, particularly in the science classroom?
Well, our kids are so engaged by video, and the images are so crystal clear. I was just thinking, I can hardly wait to show Renee what I'm looking at, over here, and I think kids will be that excited, and the fact that they will also have access to this at home, then they're going to run home and show brothers and sisters and mom and dad and grandma. So it's a all-day learning, and then as these become, so easy to get, I think there's going to be more and more. Plus, small group work for kids is, this is very easy for 3 or 4 of us to see. I think even easier than a big, large computer screen in some cases.
That brings up a really good point. So for anybody at the table, what do you think about usage scenarios? How do you see this being used at home during the day, collaborative groups, centers?
I actually think that this will help the students to be more active in their own learning. I happen to be looking right now at blood spatter patterns and forensics, and I'm thinking about a field trip that we're planning for a group of students to go to the Crime and Punishment Museum to actually do this particular lab. Well, if they have this particular arsenal to go and learn about that information prior to or after, it reinforces that particular educational experience, and hopefully lay down that memory such that it will be accessed over and over again. So I think that this will make the child more active, and it can go and inquire and gain more information about this topic.
Excellent. Other thoughts on classroom use, at home use, usage scenarios?
And also it's something that you're putting at the tip of their fingertips when they have any kinds of questions. They have a resource right in front of them that they can just go into the search, look something up. If they don't know what transpiration is, they type it in, there it is. They have a wealth of resources in front of them to look at, videos, examples of what it is, real life for them to understand.
Excellent. How about home use? How do you see this? I mean, what do you think parents' reactions will be if a student brings this home and they now have access? Any thoughts on that? I know a lot of us are parents here.
I think the parent reaction is going to be very positive, especially when it comes time to do homework, and the student comes and asks the parent, "How do you do this?" And the parent says, "Oh," so they can go use it as a resource to go and look that information up and try to solve the problem.
Excellent.
I think echoing on that, I was just looking, and for every single video that is out there, you actually have the citation and the way that students should cite videos within their research papers. You have MLA, APA, or
As a parent, I would prefer my child to be watching these type of videos or television than some of the currently available television that students have. So I think as a parent, I would be encouraged by the support that's offered to me that my child is not watching inappropriate content.
Excellent. Well, you guys are all here for the Science Institute. You're users of Discovery Education Services. What do you think your colleagues' reaction is going to be? What do you think their first reaction, and what are they going to need in terms of getting started? And
Other than iPads?
they all want an iPad.
Well, you guys all hopped out, so we're getting at here is like on the professional development front. Is there, to me it seems so intuitive, so natural, and that we just pick it up and we get moving. When you guys all sat down, the first thing you did was you jumped in and you started searching for your content. Do you think there's going to be any kind of hurdle for?
Or a learning curve, we think?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. The device itself is very easy and user-friendly.
Right.
And you mentioned in a PD setting, it would be outstanding to have a setting more so than just everybody bring your laptop. Well, we all have our an iPad, maybe an iPad lab or something like that could be used for professional development. And then with the students that are coming on board, there will be no barriers to what assignment you create and how you assign them. And the
challenge will be for the teachers to keep pace with the kids.
Yes.
You know, because they're going to go,
Way-
they're going to be way ahead, and, you know, this one's going to be doing different things. And so, you know, we've all talked about the guide on the side instead of the sage on the stage. This really will allow the teacher, you know, to move around and do that. And I think as these get more connectivity, like you were talking about a device that could, you know, could see what's going on with several computers at the same time. That would be awesome.
Being able to share
Yeah.
information.
So, I mean, same great content, different delivery platform, but really what you guys are talking about here too is just changing the way a classroom, the instructional model, that it really does open up those doors for the virtual labs that we were talking about this week. You know, you supplement that with a video content from the site.
Right,
So,
it moves us away from teacher center to student center.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want the students to basically be in control of their own learning, and this gives them a lot of that control.
The touch base also gets it to a younger group of children, because I know just the dexterity of kids. I've seen a 2-year-old pull up an app and play Toy Story on an iPhone, so I think this really speaks to the generation that's coming up.
Any closing thoughts? So I'll give you this challenge. If you had one word to describe the launch, the interaction, the experience that you're seeing here, what's that one word? Phenomenal.
Creative,
Engaging.
exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Attention.
Excellent. So before we sign off, does anybody want to ask their principal for a classroom set of iPad?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. Go explore mobile.discoveryeducation.com. Enjoy. Thank you all so much. Take care.
Would you all just say who you are and where you teach, just quickly?
I am Felicia Martin. I'm from Prince George's County Public Schools.
Carl Witt, Santa Monica, Malibu Unified.
Libby Kitten, Henrico County Public Schools. Marcy Charters, North Shore Schools in Seattle.
Bertha Roman, Santa Monica, Malibu Unified.
Lisa Carlson, Minnetonka Public Schools in Minnesota.
Jude Kessel, Milwaukee Public Schools.
Renee Henderson, Prince George's County Public Schools in Maryland.
Tanisha Johnson, Prince George's County Public Schools in Maryland.
Lisa Martin, Milwaukee Public Schools.
Thank you very much.
Yes.